Osrc News at 7. Ondo State Government cancels June 12 celebration in honor of victims of Owo attack. Stakeholders crave adequate security at examination centers at 16,000 jostle for admission into Unity Secondary Schools in Ondo State. INEC explores options amid calls for extension of voter registration. And from the foreign scene, 20 countries agree to migration deal as Summit of Americas ends. Thank you very much for joining us on the news tonight. I am Oyewumi Ayinigbara. The Ondo State Government has cancelled this year's June 12 celebration earlier slated for tomorrow. A statement by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Richard Olatunde, said this is in consequence upon the terror attack on innocent worshippers at St. Francis Catholic Church Owo last week Sunday. The statement said the cancellation is to enable the state mourn loved ones who lost their lives in the horrific attack. The Ondo State Governor, Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, had directed that all flags in the state be flown at Almhurst for 7 days in honor of the victims of the attack.
Like they need to dominate, and they decided that they needed to up their ante, as the expression is, by desecrating the basic values that all humanity uphold. That is spiritual values. So that's why they attacked the church. It's the governor really attacking, who's shown leadership in terms of internal liberation. Not just now, not when it started down Tekno. Undo has, always shown some sense of anticipation. That's why I say this thing goes back years and years. They are making a mistake. And I want the government to understand that we realize that they're making a mistake.
This is like a dagger thrown to your heart. And it's an assault on the psyche of those of us in the Southwest and Western region. I think they think they can at least more fierce in our condemnation of their action, and we're not hiding it. That's why I said, if you come up and talk about issue, what's the evidence? How so soon? Why the rush?
In the meantime, the governor of Ondo State, Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, says is confident that the perpetrators of the terror attack in Owo will not go unpunished by God. The governor, who spoke while receiving the general evangelist of the Christ Apostolic Church, Prophet Ezekiah Oladiji, who was in the state on a condolence visit, expressed belief that judgment will be served as security agencies were on the chase for the perpetrators. Government House correspondent Wahab Bankole reports that Governor Akeredolu also had an audience the leadership of the State Oil Producing Areas Development Commission, Osopadek.
The General Evangelist of the Christ Apostolic Church, Prophet Ezekiah Oladiji, led the delegation to the governor's office in Akure to condole with the state and its people following the recent gun attack in Owo. The cleric, who prayed for the souls of those who lost their lives, said the wrath of God will visit the perpetrators. Governor Akeredolu, while appreciating the visit, noted that those behind the killings will not go unpunished by God.
àkọlù tó bá wà l'Ondo State kìí kékeré tán lè rí bòmí lọ tó jẹ́ àwọn tó fẹsẹ̀ ara wọn rìn kúrò nílé wọ́n fẹ́ lọ sí Ọlọ́run náà lọ bá Ọlọ́run náà ọba adákẹ́dájọ́ ajá kò sígbà tí Ọlọ́run níjà kábíọ́sì àlejò Ọlọ́run kò lè sí ìkọlọ́ ẹgbẹ́gbọ́lọ́ rí sọ lọ́run sọ pé ewé kan ò lè jábọ́ lára igi káwọn máa mọ̀ kò ṣeé ṣe àtúwò náà fi ti gbàgbọ́ wò pé bọ́nà ti fẹ́ ni ó lè máa nídìí kò sí ọ̀tọ́ lọ́run ṣe tí ó nídìí.
Also, the leadership of the State Oil Producing Areas Development Commission, or SOPADEC, has identified with the governor and the people over the recent terror attack in Owo. Led by its chairman, Mr. Sam Erejua, the commission condemned the incident, describing it as barbaric.
We're here to commiserate with you when following public mandate that we should mourn, those who mourn, and rejoice with those who rejoice. The
governor said all machineries will be put in place towards making the state and the people more secured.
When we keep fighting for state police, I think it's the time now that we should shout more. There must be state police. There's no other solution to this. The country is large, the population is large too. So the only way we can probably not we can in a way police and at least secure life and property is to have state police.
Akeredolu appealed to residents of the state to be vigilant and report any suspicious movements to relevant security agencies. Wahab Bankole, Osrc News.
Also, the Ondo State Council of Obas has condemned in strong terms the gruesome attack on defenseless worshippers of St. Francis Catholic Church, Owo. In a statement by the chairman, Ondo State Council of Obas and the Deji of Akure Land, Oba Aladetoyinbo Aladelusi, the council condoled with the Olowo Ajibade Ogunwoye, the entire people of Owo, the Bishop of Ondo Diocese, Bishop Jude Arugundade, the entire laity of the Catholic Church, and the state governor, Oluwarotimi Akeredolu. The council commended the people of Owo and the entire state for being calm and encouraged them to go about their legitimate business peacefully. The Obas Council also commended Governor Akeredolu for being on top of the security situation in the state, while praying God to heal the land, put an end to such dastardly attack, and heal speedily the victims. The council urged the government to track and apprehend the perpetrators. Not leaving Owo attack yet, traditional rulers and chiefs from the 4 area carry communities in Osrc Council area of Ondo State have paid a condolence visit to Olowo over the killing in the town last Sunday. On the delegation was the Onimeri Oba Samuel Babatunde, Onidogun Oba Moses Bakare, Alafo Oba Stephen Egujobi, and the Alani, who was represented by Chief Akin Olise and Otumba Dele Olakpeju. Leader of the delegation and Onimeri, who commiserated with the monarch and the people of Owo over the attack, also sympathized with the Catholic Church, challenged security agencies to ensure the apprehension of perpetrators of the heinous crime. Oba Babatunde expressed sadness that the incident happened despite effort and the political will demonstrated by Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu to secure the state. Responding, the Olowo Oba Ajibade Ogunwoye appreciated the monarchs for identifying with him and the community at this moment of grief. Now, away from Owo attack and education, no fewer than 16,000 pupils in Ondo State have sat for the 2022 National Common Entrance Examination for admission into federal government colleges across the country. Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Mr. Femi Agagu, while leading some top officials on a monitoring exercise to some centers in Akure, said laid out standards and criteria were strictly adhered to in the conduct of the examination. Osrc's Juliet Buna reports that parents and teachers also enjoined government to prioritize security in examination centers to forestall any breach of peace. The reports.
"77 centers hosted about 16,000 pupils for entrance examination into Unity secondary schools across Ondo State. In some of the schools visited by OSRC crew, the examination started in earnest as pupils were on ground to write their papers at St. Louis Girls Grammar School, Akure, CAC Grammar School, among others. In Akure, in other centers across the state. Parents and teachers commended the state government for putting up a seamless process